All right, everyone. So there's a huge segment. It was Roman Reigns, it was CM Punk, and it was Paul Heyman, the Wise Man. And I thought this segment was more exciting than I expected because what it showed us a few things. So I'll read you, some of the notes that I took in this. So the first one I wrote, very simple. Roman is upset. So he's upset that CM Punk shows up late. He's upset with a lot of the things CM Punk is saying. And the key here is that you clearly see that, Roman Reigns is still in the mentality of him being the tribal chief, and because remember when he first came back and Jey Uso joins with them again, one of the stipulations Jey Uso has is that this is an equal partnership here. This isn't a one guy rules this thing, but you could tell that Roman has not moved past him being the leader of whatever this is. So I think that is something to keep in mind, and I think during this entire interview, or I guess not an interview, during this entire discussion between the three of them, he is very hostile to CM Punk, and I guess in some ways CM Punk is also hostile to him, but Roman is very hostile, and I think that could be something that we see in this match as well coming up. But then it takes a weird turn, um, in a shocking turn in some ways. So the first thing is that they hint at something big coming down the line. So the interesting part of this is that there's this favor now, and Roman asks Paul Heyman at the end. He says, "What favor does he want for this?" And the wise man says, "Let's get through War Games first." And so, considering there were talks about something happening after Survivor Series, they could be setting up CM Punk, Roman Reigns. That could be what is being set up. I don't know, and I know that's kind of like the easiest answer to get as well. They're hinting at this. This is what it's going to be, but it seems like they're strongly hinting at that. And my guess is that that could be the favor. Now, the other part of this, and this is once again a theory, 100%, is CM Punk says, "My wise man." That's what he keeps referring to Paul Heyman as that. And so, if he's calling him my wise man, could it be that in exchange for Roman Reigns or CM Punk helping out Roman Reigns, that Paul Heyman becomes you know, though I don't want to, it's not the wise man in the same way he is to Roman Reigns, who's his tribal chief, but could he end up being the manager for CM Punk? That could be another theory we have here, but this is all stuff that we're going to have to figure out. So this really, what this leaves you with is a lot more questions than answers. Actually, basically gives you no answers besides that CM Punk's going to show up and help out. That's basically all we got. And if you're on the side of wanting the OG bloodline to win, this didn't look great. I mean, this was not what you wanted to see. I mean, the two don't like each other. Paul Heyman was making this happen. And one of the things I loved about the storytelling here by WWE is that Paul Heyman, he's really playing up in a big way the threat that this new bloodline under Solo is. He's really playing it up. He doesn't even say with CM Punk we could beat them. He says with CM Punk we have a chance to beat them. Without him, we have no chance. And that Solo is going to go after CM Punk and he's going to go after everybody if he does win. So I just think they're doing a great job of setting up that the original bloodline is taking on this new bloodline that is not only a force, but really something that they're up against it. The odds are stacked against them. And we've talked about this in prior videos. This is the hardest thing for WWE to do. Think about what you have on the two sides here. You have the old bloodline, which is filled with all these stars that people already know. Okay, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, the biggest star in the company, right? Or at least amongst the top two, three. CM Punk, another major name. Sami Zayn, another major name. These are all guys who have main evented things, I mean, considering probably in terms of popularity, the lowest guy here is Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso is still a very popular WWE superstar. I mean, this is crazy. The type of talent that is in this bloodline. And on the other side, you have basically a bunch of newer guys. Jacob Fatu, you have Solo, you have a tag team, and then you have Bronson Reed now. It's tough to kind of make it seem like this is actually a threat to the new bloodline or the old bloodline, but I do think they're doing a good job with storytelling of making that point. So we'll see what ends up happening. But they for the first time now we see Roman Reigns, CM Punk since this whole thing came together, and this is something that at least in the future we're going to learn a lot more about.